Welcome to the bigger play where the rubber meets the road and we get straight to it. So I just seen or did a reaction to is social media destroying relationships. Very important. So let's give a reference to it.
People like people dissolve their marriage.
It used to be money. Now I really believe that social media has changed the entire landscape of relationships. The entire landscape. I remember when I started on divorce court, you never hear about it.
Yeah.
Now it's the go-to feel-good device when she's getting on my nerves or he's getting on my nerves. I used to have to leave the house to cheat. Now I can cheat on you sitting next to you.
Easy access.
With easy access. And we are not creatures willing to deal with a lot of discomfort. So instead of having an argument with you, I go online, do some subtext, Facebook. You know, a guy from junior high says hello, who's not currently getting on my nerves. Next thing you know, or there's an error.
Let's talk about it. First of all, social media can and most definitely have a big impact on relationships, right? 2-7. Because both parties can have issues, positive and negative. Number one, you got key issues dealing with social media, right? Unrealistic expectations. I see where people get online and you might see a couple. LeBron James and Savannah James. LeBron, buku, boatloads of money. Savannah appears to be 100 and you never hear about no infractions, right? A person to see that on social media and instead of them being realistic about, are you Savannah? Are you the woman of that caliber? Is your guy LeBron? Is he a man of this caliber? And they'll allow that to put up an illusion. So now you thinking you expect what she getting when you not her. He think he expecting what he getting and you not him. You're not cut from the same cloth. You don't have the same experiences. And once that unrealistic expectation get out there, they will look at these highlights and look at these reels that they see online. That'll create a level of dissatisfaction on the person that wants what the other person have. And then it'll create a level of pressure for the person that's trying to provide that, and vice versa. Very, very, very detrimental. When the caveat to that is, find you someone you can align with. It can't be destroyed if you align with that person. That's why you respect the relationships where this person is aligned and tapped in with this person regardless of what social media may portray. But what'll happen is people will see that social media and allow that influence to be on them to where now I want to compare my relationship to these reels. And if my man ain't doing this, I have a problem. That's just the number one. Let's go down the rabbit hole to talk about this and have a real conversation about it. Jealousy and insecurity. Seeing a partner interact with others online, likes, comments, DMs, it can stir up trust issues and make somebody feel insecure. And I just read about a guy went in the gas station or a store or bodega, wherever it was at. A gentleman in there said something to the lady about her tattoos. Buddy come in the store and shoot the other buddy and kill him dead. Come on, man. It's a lot of insecurities there. You understand? And this ain't necessarily social media, but this is what it can lead to. Because I also witnessed, I like somebody's picture because I get a lot of love. I show that same love back. And now the boyfriend is feeling some type of way because he's trying to go through the comments. And depending on how high his level of insecurity is or how low his level of insecurity is, he gonna pick and choose, which I know it sounds crazy, but this is how serious it is. That's why we having this conversation. He gonna pick and choose who he may be intimidated by, take that energy, possibly go after the lady or come after you because he's dealing with some personal insecurities because of what he dealing with internally. It get deep like that. Jealousy, and before you know it, boom. And the thing about it is, even with that, it's social media, right? We in a matrix. So people living within that. But the fact that you can coexist with somebody and that distance between you guys, you could be in Florida, you could be in Texas, or New York or LA, Chicago, Atlanta, and people meet on social media and you can fly. I wouldn't recommend it. Regardless of what that internet say, you got that big old T word. You know what word I'm talking about. I got to be careful because of the algorithm. It's like, traffic. I ain't gonna say the rest. But anyway, you got to be careful with that, fellas. I wouldn't recommend it. The flued out is a thing of the past. If this is somebody that you know, somebody you trust, this somebody that you got receipts with, y'all tapped in, different. Boyfriend, girlfriend, other than that, flued out can be traffic. You dig? Don't get caught in traffic. Just gonna put that out there. But it's a level of jealousy and insecurity based on the person. So social media to a lot of people is a real place. Believe me, I know. We've been going for a little while. They are literally in them comments eating it up. It is a real place for a lot of people. So you got to be aware, cognizant, and you got to be in-depth, in tune with that aspect of social media. Okay? Let's talk about addiction and distraction, right? If someone glued to social media all day, you're actually addicted. You giving that particular space what? Quality time, right? So if you are giving it quality time, it could create an emotional distance between you and your significant other, and it could create a communication breakdown. You'll be surprised how many people go and look at something that align with their beliefs, right or wrong. But we're going to focus on very wrong. They're not getting the results. They're not getting the outcomes. The things are not coming in their life the way but they're identifying with that because those people, energy, matching their energy, and they thought process matching their thought process. So even though it's wrong, because they are identifying with it, guess what? That's going to highlight that wrongness. Is going to highlight that belief system and push that to the forefront. And here you is over here listening to what you listening to. Break down in the communication. Now our communication limited. We capped off. Our communication is compromised. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm more aware of what's going on social media, and I'm going to tap into that to where my significant other over here looking to have an emotional connection with me. But guess what? It's a distance there because we not aligned. I'm more tapped into what I'm listening to on social media. Yeah. This is, again, it's a matrix. It's huge. It's very strong. It could be powerful if you know how to utilize it. Other than that, it's going to be detrimental. Okay? We have to talk about it. Social media destroying relationship. We got at the palm of your fingers, you got this here device, right? You cutting that device on. You in tour with your lady. You in tour with your guy. And here it is. You could tap on this device, and guess what you can do? You know what? I'm going to go and shoot outside tonight. What you up to? Actually, I'm free. Now, for you know it, boom. Y'all got interaction. Your spouse at work, your significant other at work. Y'all upset, y'all on the outs, and you may stay together, you may not stay together. Now you outside. And it's fresh. I always sing in the beginning, it's always a fresh, non-overbearing, natural, good feeling when you tap into the fresh, to the freshness of it all. But what happens is the grass green, sun shining, rain coming at the right, the irrigation is happening, excavation is happening, everything is going right. But then if you get a dry spot, the grass turn green, and instead of people going out there to water their grass for their 45 minutes, for a week before it can get back right and plant them seeds back in there, water it again, they don't do that. They want the grass to take care of itself. They want the earth to shine the sun. They want the skies to drop the rain. Problem is, sometimes when that doesn't happen, you have to go and water your own grass, so that means you got to put the work in. A lot of people don't want to put the work in. Okay? Now, you got something called oversharing, right? Meaning people airing private and constantly posting about your personal issues online could backfire. And it can sometimes add pressure and invite outside opinion. This is a major one. They all major, but some are more than others, depending on who you are. You post your lady up. Why you not posting me? You tell her, well, I like to keep my business. No, you should try to do her a favor. You post your lady. Now you got a lot of different energies coming your way in your business, and your hating homies coming at your lady. Or somebody that's not your homie from a distance. Oh, that's who being jealous of you, envious of you, at your lady. Yeah, in her inbox. A lot of pressure, a lot of energy. Even if that don't happen, I can give you another caveat. They talking about your relationship, and now they got a picture of you, they got a picture of your lady, they see y'all energy together. Now outside of your relationship, they putting the energy out to the universe that has nothing to do directly with you and your lady because they don't know you, but that energy is being talked about, it's being gossiped about. And before you know it, that influence could impact your relationship that was indirect in the beginning, that was subconscious in the beginning, but now it's directly in your home. Yes, this is true, this is facts. So you got to be very, very careful about how attainable you are and how much you are willing to sacrifice and how much you are willing to allow people that from public perception to be in your house and in your business. I have never suffered in that regards because I never relinquished these things to these people. So they have to go do a little digging, do a little more research, but when they find out, they can actually start to pry and start to pray. You'll be surprised. A lot of people don't have anything to do. They sitting up paying attention to what somebody else doing. They sitting up critiquing that person. They sitting up criticizing that person. They sitting up putting negative energy and influence towards that person and that person's situation, depending on who that person is, depending on how aggressive they is with their intentions. This is real, not a game. You understand? Oversharing. So I'm going to let you know to be very, very careful of what you share on social media platforms. I know you think he private, or I know you think they hiding each other, but it be reasons for things. And if you get into results based on your actions in a positive way, good. If you're getting results based on your actions in a negative way, that means you need to switch something up. These are facts. Okay? Now we're going to talk about probably the most significant, even over the several we just discussed. Temptation and infidelity. You ready? Social media make it easier for people who have exes or want to engage in emotional cheating, meaning I'm in Texas, you're in California, we not together, but on that line, we can FaceTime. On that line, we can send different type of memes, and because you thinking it's not physical, it's okay. However, this can absolutely hurt, end, and or destroy current relationships. Social media isn't inherently toxic to those that understand its purpose. However, to those that don't, it can end you. It can end you, and it will end you. It will end you. Okay? It's about how you use it. It's about boundaries. It's about trust. It's about communication and comprehension. These are the keys. These are the keys. I'm looking on social media every single day, seeing the level of buffoonery that's taking place and its impact consistent with that level of buffoonery. Follow what I just told you. The level of buffoonery and its impact and influence consistent with that level of buffoonery. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not a game. It's not. It really isn't. It's serious. And if you're not careful to pay attention, you can be a facilitator or you can be a victim. Okay? Imagine scrolling down your timeline and you see a young lady and she look nice. You go to say, I like the picture. You maybe even go the extra mile and say, hello, in the midst of all the comments with all the other people that's up under there. But for some reason, yours step out. You do it again. Or she come like 2 or 3 of your pictures. Now you feel an open line of communication. If you a decent person, most thirsty people gonna just jump in the inbox. She gonna be like, no, I ain't got time for that. But if you feel an open line of communication, now you saying, hey, how you doing? Now before you know it, you back and forth and you flew out, or you might be in the same city and you're jumping up and down. It's a reality. I believe it's all dating sites. I don't care who it is. You don't have to go to Tinder. You don't have to go to Bumble. You don't have to go to Rump. You don't have to go to none of that. You can be directly in Facebook, crack. You can be directly in Snapchat, super crack. You can be on Instagram, crack over type of crack. You can crack. You know what crack mean, don't you? You know what crack mean, don't you? This is something that's important. This is something to pay attention to. And this is something that a lot of people become validated by. I'm going to encourage you not to be validated by social media, even though I know those are words and it's going to be difficult. Follow us. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe, especially over here on YouTube. We're going to be very, very dedicated to uplifting the mindset of a man and also a woman. We're going to be dedicated to putting enlightenment and insight on different type of topics. We're going to be dedicated to showing up on a consistent basis every day, period. This is the goal, and we are getting closer and closer to that goal. So make sure you tap in with us. We're not raving. We're not ducking no smoke. We here to learn. We here to give learning experience. We here to educate. We here to give. We here to facilitate. We here to give insight. We doing it all. It's not a game. Not coming to play. Bigger play is here. Seriously. And if you go back and continuously try to look at some of our content without being biased, you will see that it's a lot of valuable information there. And you don't have to go and eat the meat and spit out the bones with us. It's all there. And it's getting better and better. More informative, more informative. More fly, more fly. Okay? More comedy, more comedy. Are you not entertained? Come on over here and get entertained, chump. It's the bigger play, and I appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, share right now. It's not a game. Look, it's action. Look, it's trying to destroy me, getting across to you. Don't you understand? All right.
Pastors lying to the public, they ain't got the truth in them. Lights out, gas off, bootless, this city pimping. Blocks on fire cause the homeowners broke as fuck. Taxes up, water bill higher than a semi truck. It's a bigger play, a bigger play. Death before dishonor is the only way. Yeah, I tried to